And we are live with another episode of the She-Hulk Aftershow. It is episode 3 of She-Hulk, and that came out at midnight tonight, and we are here at 1 a.m. here to talk about the show literally right after the show is over. I'm your host, Dimitri Pereira, and this is the She-Hulk Aftershow with co-host Paul Lau. Paul, wave to the audience. Paul, can I hear you?
I did it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, you can hear me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
For those of you watching the live stream, you can see it. And if you're watching the live stream, you're watching us on twitch.tv/The Keeg Show or youtube.com/The Keeg Show. But if you're listening to the podcast, wherever you get your podcast from, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, SoundCloud, Spotify, and iHeartRadio, you can't see the wave, but you can hear Paul. Paul, say something smart.
Smart, Hulk, me bad. Dang it. Just Billy on the street me. Name a woman.
Paul,
Okay.
name a Hulk. Paul, name a Hulk.
God.
Any
A-bomb.
Hulk, Paul.
No, that's not a Hulk.
A-bomb is considered part of the
Hogan. Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan. Okay, cool.
Hulk Hogan.
Right.
Hogan's Heroes.
Right.
Hulk.
Okay. What about in DC, Hulkman and Hulk Girl?
What's a thing?
No, it's Hawkman and Hawk Girl.
Oh.
That's what I was
like, what did I miss?
That was my joke.
They are Thanos Guardians. I don't know.
Thanos Guardians. They guard Thanos.
Yeah.
Instead of Thanos Guardians.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's that voice we hear? Again, if you're watching the live stream, you can hear who our special guest for episode 3 is. But if you cannot, we got Sammy D, aka Sammy the Monster. Sammy, how you doing today?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. Thanks for filling in last minute.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
Always a pleasure to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
We hung out in person recently. Went to a comic shop.
Oh yeah.
Met some cool people. Well, I met some cool people. You already knew the cool people, you know.
Oh yeah.
Including, you know, a Signif, a BF, a barcade that we went to. It was cool.
Yeah. I did not win a crane machine. It's a recurring theme.
Yeah.
I never win. I tried so hard to get that one outside San Diego Comic-Con. They had like a plushie in there from Hot Topic that I wanted.
It wasn't meant to be.
I really wanted it. I don't even own that many plushies. Why can't I have nice things in my life?
I'm sorry.
It's by design.
It's okay, really.
If
Just
you
dropping
guys,
$50.
quick question for anyone here. If you guys had the power of like She-Hulk, not the power of Hulk, like you can control yourself and whatever, what would you do with that power? You turn green and you have super strength, right? Like, would you just break the crane machine, Sammy?
No, my parents would stop. Oh.
I would shake it a bunch until they shifted until they came to a spot in which I could pick them up easily with the crane.
Oh, so you would shake them and then put your money in and then use the crane?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't just deface property, then I have to pay for that. That's even more expensive.
Okay, fair.
I could tie some floss to a coin and just keep going. You know what I'm saying?
You could tie floss to a coin as a human being. You don't have to be a Hulk.
But then plus that I gotta shake it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Those elements combined is a sweet sauce.
In this alternate universe, we all three of us turn into Hulk beings, and they're like, "What are those 3 Hulks doing?" And we're just like, shaking the crane machine. You get it from here. All right, you get it. Yeah.
The coin thing doesn't work.
How do you know? Have you done it?
They got wise to that. It used to be like a string with a coin with a hole drilled in the center.
I could do that.
No, but like it clicks when you drop it in the slot. So I don't know how you pull it back out.
I'll just pull it really hard.
You're the Rube Goldberg of just trying to get a plushie.
Yeah. I will figure it out. I will tie a string to a coin if I have to. I'll drive back to San Diego and find that plushie I wanted.
Jeez.
Months later, it's still there. No, if I can't get it, nobody can.
Yeah.
Clearly, it's rigged.
So far, we've gone to 2 barcades together.
I know.
We've gone to Coin Op in San Diego, and we've gone to Player One in LA. So
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Let's get to episode 3 right now. With episode 3 of She-Hulk. First things first, I'm just gonna my obligatory complaint, and it's not about the show itself. We got whiny man babies out there crying about the show itself. I don't care about that. I'm crying that they're too short. These episodes are too short.
Yeah.
I also still feel like everybody who went to the red carpet premiere saw 4 episodes already.
Yeah.
I'm only 3 episodes.
And why didn't they invite me?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You know? Tenjo Fonar out there. What's up to Tenjo Fonar? Tenjo Fonar says the episodes are too damn short. Damn short.
It is too damn short. There's a way to criticize a show without like hating it problematically. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. It's too
short episodes.
It's too damn short.
It's too damn short. You know, that's valid opinion, you know?
Yeah.
I agree.
I just feel like it starts and it stops so quickly. Why is this? Why is this happening?
Why did the other shows not feel like this?
This show's feeling like this. Why is that? Duck Dodger 714 says I watched the whole credits to make it longer. That's the thing though. The credits minimize at a certain part with Disney Plus.
Oh.
And they minimize and they go to a corner. And that's like
yeah.
You know?
My theory is if you watched any trailers for She-Hulk, they kind of like stole a little bit of the power, right? Because IGN released the first like 1 minute of this episode, and I wish I didn't click on it to watch it.
I didn't see anything She-Hulk related before.
Oh, okay.
I love it.
They're also really short. They're really short episodes, and I'm willing to bet the stuff from the trailers are in the first 4 episodes, right? The stuff they did the red carpet premiere for. But remember, like Moon Knight did that where they had a lot, like up to episode 5, like clip, and then in the episode 4, I think, whatever. But they had a lot of episodes of Moon Knight in the trailers. You know?
I don't watch trailers, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I bump into them. I don't want to, and then there they are.
You can just not,
just
click
shut my
pause.
eyes.
Yeah.
Pause, skip, run out.
Exit.
Screaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gouge out your eyes.
Yeah.
Lots of options.
Whoa.
Sorry, I've been reading some horror comic books right before this.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
How did this episode start?
Immediately with Emil Blonsky and Jen asking, why, how did you get out? What's going on? And they kind of recapped it.
Emil Blonsky was so now we get a little bit of backstory from the Shang-Chi clip, right? Where Wong brought Emil Blonsky to train against him to earn Sorcerer Supreme, right? To become better at combat.
It was kind of weird. Like, as far as that as a plot device, I was hoping like they were running a con and he was just trying to like get more artifacts or something.
Yeah.
Just a little bit more, because this is just like, I need to find the strongest person. I'm like, yeah, but you're Wong. I don't know.
Right. He's not white. I mean,
wait,
right.
What?
I mean, right.
What is
he's not. He's wrong. He's not right. He's Wong.
I know you're trying to say a bunch of things that are like also true. All right, it's by design.
Anyway, yeah. So like, but also it's kind of weird that like. Okay, this is one of my critiques. Are we reducing all our villains into non-villains?
We'll see with Kang.
Because like Abomination is a non-villain, and then we see the MCU debut of the Wrecking Crew, which don't do anything. They don't do a damn thing.
It's just their first opponent was their first appearance opponent was She-Hulk.
Yeah.
It's like fighting a boss when you haven't even finished like a minion.
But Wrecking Crew should be able to at least dent her a little bit.
Oof.
You know?
I think She-Hulk is very much so like a slice of life kind of series based off the comics I've read. And so I really think it's not about the villains. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What is it about?
Work-life balance.
We don't know yet, right?
It is about Tatiana Maslany being freaking awesome and coming into herself as She-Hulk. And every runner is pretty stupid. It's funny. Did you guys get that reference? There was a reference in there to the first issue. One of the news reporter was like, they were speculating how she got her powers, and she was like, "Is this a mafia hit gone wrong?" Do you guys remember that line?
I caught it.
Yeah, it's from the first issue, which I actually have, written by Stan Lee, where she was attacked by mafia members because she's a DA lawyer. So.
Oh.
Was it the Maggia?
I don't remember the name of them.
The Maggia back then. Yeah.
I mean, they're still around
Maggia,
now.
Sammy?
No.
So weird thing is, Marvel's based in New York City, and they wanted the mob. Problem is that the mob is real, and the mob is like, you can't use us. And so they're like, okay, they're not the mafia, they're the Maggia. So that's why, like, in old Spider-Man cartoons or comics, they have the Maggia. And
that's funny as heck.
It's all it's just mafia kind of noir tropes, but with a name of Maggia, and they have like superpowered guns and stuff. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's not Chef Boyardee, it's Chef Boyardeen.
Chef Boyardee.
That's funny. I had no idea.
Yeah. So they weren't allowed to use the word mafia, but now they can. So now there's a mafia and a Maggia.
Oh, cool. They're gonna compete for who's the strongest in New York.
I think Punisher doesn't care. Punisher just kills them both, but
Yeah, poor Yancey Street gang. Punisher killed so many of those kids.
Yancey Street gang is not a gang though, right?
I know. Yeah, they're just a bunch of knuckleheads. Is that what?
Yeah, they're like they are a gang, but they're not like a criminal gang. They're like a don't mess with Yancey Street gang.
That sounds like it. I'm kidding.
But they don't
they're a group of friends.
Kind of. They're just the
neighborhood.
Kids in the neighborhood of Yancey Street. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like oh geez, what are they called? Little Rascals.
Kind of, yeah, and they're always
meddling kids.
They're always playing pranks on Ben Grimm.
Mm-hmm.
The Yancey Street gang.
What a revolt!
But it's not like the Yancey Street gang is dealing heroin. Like it's not like that.
Mm-mm.
No. Tenjo Phonar says last time I heard the Maggia was in Iron Man Armored Adventures. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah,
I forgot that show even existed.
CG.
CG.
I knew someone who's a fan.
Teenage Iron Man show where everyone's a teenager.
I remember that vaguely.
Yeah.
It's like X-Men Evolution.
It is kind of X-Men Evolution-ish. Yeah.
I was thinking,
X-Men Evolution. I like them.
Astonishing Spider-Man? No, what was it called? The one that everyone loves.
Spectacular. It's on Netflix right now.
Okay. Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like the big courtroom stuff this episode wasn't Jen. Well, I mean, I guess the big courtroom one was Abomination. It just didn't seem very courtroomy, but okay, whatever. The one with the light elf, elf thing seemed.
I didn't know Pug was a lawyer. I thought he was like some assistant.
I didn't know he was a lawyer either.
That was super weird.
I just know him as the poop map guy.
Right.
Yeah, because he was so nice and docile when he came in the previous episode.
Yeah. I like the subplot. I thought it was funny and cute. And I don't know. I thought it just like really brought in a lot of perspective on like the differences between the characters, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like the way that lawyer Pug was being treated by that guy versus Jen.
Oh, for sure.
I think it just like really paints a picture. Also with the Abomination, I mean, technically that wasn't like a proper trial. It was just them appealing to the board of the prison or whatever the technical terms are.
Yeah.
So it is a bit more grounded as opposed to like the theatrics of like a big court case.
Yeah.
And I really think that it's good to lean into slice of life aspects. I've only read a few issues from like the Rainbow Rowell run, and those are the vibes I got. So
in my background,
I don't know. I don't think, is that the current one right now? I don't recognize that picture.
It's the one previous to the current one, I think.
then no, I don't think so. No, the one going on right now I've read. And so just like this courtroom case, just like the day-to-day kind of like, it's a court case, but there are superheroes and superpowered people involved. I think it's just freaking fun. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, not everything has to be, in my opinion, about Jen. Like, I just like to see mundane things with superpowered people. Like, it's freaking funny. This court case was ridiculously stupid and funny. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. And I would be all for this show a little bit more. I like this show. Don't get me wrong. I grew up. We're going to take this back a little bit. All right? We're going to go back in time.
You didn't grow up.
We're going to take it back in time. All right?
Okay, Peter Pan.
A young Dimitri watching TV, watching seasons of shows that are like 22 episode seasons.
Yeah, back in the day.
Back in the day. Then you're bound to have filler episodes. You can have an episode of Angel season 5 where Angel turns into a puppet, right?
A puppet. I know what you're saying.
Right.
You
can do that.
puppet.
You could do that when you have a 22 episode season. But this is a 9 episode season. And I don't know whether I want filler episodes in Marvel shows that are less than 15 episodes. You know what I mean?
I can see that.
You know what a complaint is? It's not my complaint, but what is the incentive for people to watch to see these tie in to the big event at the end?
Right.
And personally, if Moon Knight did that, I would be so pissed. Or if Miss Marvel kind of does it a little bit, but you know what I'm saying? Like, focus on your characters. Don't fish with cameos. Don't like drop, Easter eggs, or references the entire time, unless it's already an established character. And I think that's what this is going to do a lot, because she even says it too. This is the Jen Walters show. Oh, wait a minute. And then she goes back, is like, oh, wait. Okay.
Yeah.
Wong, Emil, who else?
Bruce,
right. No, but I promise. So.
Right. I just, you get what I'm saying? You guys get what I'm saying?
No, I know.
I do see your perspective. I wish that they gave us more. This whole new format of having shorter or having less episodes in a season is interesting, and there definitely is a time and a place for that. And I do think that this show would be more rewarding if it had longer episodes, because it does have a filler episode vibe.
Yeah.
And what people were saying about like the cameos and, relying on Easter eggs, I could sort of see where they're coming from. Like, you want a good character driven story, but that's the point of She-Hulk. She's a lot like Deadpool. It's supposed to be fun, and it's in a way a lot of fan service, and I don't think that's negative. And we're also getting a lot of her character, and Tatiana Maslany does fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a lady boss. Like, you have to know that. And people are really pissed off.
You just have to know that, guys.
Well, no, like, if you're a lawyer and you're meek, that's not going to fly in the courtroom. So she has to,
look, she's a badass. You just got to know this, guys. You just got to know about it.
Well, but the thing is, like, the big thing is, like, the first episode, people are like, well, Bruce had his dad kills mom in front of him. I'm like, he has DID, and that is like separate, and everyone has their own path. Mm-hmm. And she clearly has, I know some people are like, these are annoyances, but she's also powerless. Like,
being a woman is freaking terrifying.
Yeah.
Somebody could catcall you and you're like, are they going to stop the car and just like come for me? If if I'm grocery shopping and I want to put my cart back in the cart return, is somebody going to jump me in the parking lot? Like, being a woman is terrifying, and people are mean to you. And realistically, both these perspectives coexist, and I think people need to understand that.
Which are the perspectives? Sorry, what are the two?
Bruce and Jen.
Bruce's trauma, and then the trauma of, I guess, being a woman. If you phrase it like that.
A non-trad wife, like an actual like modern working person who has an expertise in law and is always constantly talked down to, which is humiliating. Yes. And then like she's like, I could end up dead. And I don't know
what happened.
Yeah. Sorry. So I was gonna say is like I've talked to a lot of women in my Uber, and they're like, yeah, some guys will just like stare at you or not drop you off until you give them their number or something.
This has happened to my partner. Yeah.
Oh geez. Yeah, it's disgusting. And like, again, it's not the same as if you're a guy. because you can get fired from your job, you can be blacklisted, like infinitely worse than if you're, you know, Bruce Banner, which I'm sorry, I am really ranting about the toxicity, but one of their points was like, he was hunted by the government as the Hulk. He's invincible. It's like, don't get me wrong, he feels bad about, you know, destroying and leveling cities, but he'll be fine. And then he has to it's separate stress. It's divided between two personalities.
I kind of see what you're saying.
Yeah,
sorry.
I also see it as Bruce's problems are Bruce's problems.
That's true.
Jennifer's problems are female problems.
Right. A lot of people experience that. It's not specific to her necessarily.
Right. So like when we're comparing problems, it's tough, you know?
Sure.
Like it's not the pain Olympics, of course, but like
both exist, you know? It's not a competition.
But I can't say that my life has Bruce Banner's problems, because Dimitri's life does not. Dimitri's life has problems, but like it's not Bruce Banner's problems, right? So we're comparing Bruce Banner and Jennifer. Jennifer has female problems, because problems that affect all, if not most, if not all, right, of women. And I get that. Like, that sucks. So it, you know,
she does tell him.
Oh, sorry. Just
go ahead.
Oh, were you gonna say something before I read some comments?
Can I say a couple things?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Society puts a lot of pressure on women. We could exhibit the same things as men, and it's perceived differently. Do you know, if we stand up for ourselves? For example, one of my best friends, you know, she's in the entertainment industry, kind of, and at work she is assertive and confident, you know, just like her male counterparts. But she's gotten multiple complaints saying that she is like mean and abrasive, even though she's doing exactly the same as what the men are doing. Growing up as a child, I was told that I had an attitude problem, and then I asked too many questions. And when they saw that in little boys, they were like, oh, he's like a natural born leader. If a woman stands up for herself or, you know, sets a boundary, men could react aggressively. Like if you're in that Uber and you will not open the door until you give him the number, if you're like, I'm not giving you my number, he could freaking attack you.
Yeah.
Or if you express emotion, you're too emotional. Or if you express anger, you're hysterical and crazy. So there are a lot of societal pressures for women to have a better grasp on externalizing their emotions, which I think is possibly a perspective that you could interpret from what she was saying. I wanted to backtrack earlier. You said something. God, you were saying something.
Me? Yeah.
About Jen.
Dimitri?
I forgot. Sorry. No.
Paul?
How she's like doesn't have the powers to be like invincible.
She's a boss.
She's like a lady boss.
You said that a lot of people don't understand that she is in a position of power as a lawyer, right. And she's in these professional environments. And it's funny because I forget expertise.
Well, mansplaining, yeah.
And I forget that a lot of people expect women to be like mild-mannered and to be like people pleasers and yes men. To the point where when you said that, I was like, oh, I forgot that to a lot of people, this is her breaking a mold. When to me, when I see her in these scenes, it's just normal. This is just I relate to her. I see some of myself in her. I see my friends in her. Like, to me, this is just normal. And I forget that people have put these ideas, these older ideas of like a stereotype of a woman in their head, that I have actually forgot that is a stereotype that people now could perceive and get angry about. Like, I have actually forgotten that because I have not experienced that stereotype in quite a bit, if that makes sense.
No, I'm 41. So I've been watching it on the sidelines, and everyone's just like, you know, boys will be boys. And like, no, those guys committed a crime. They're monsters, you know, and this is a man's job, like stuff like that. So yeah. It is, and like I've always kind of been like more empathic and try to like see people as like equal, to my detriment, because like I don't know, when you're in a locker room, you're like,
I can only imagine.
I can't change them.
I get what you mean. Yeah.
Are you guys familiar with? I just want to discuss real quick what you guys understand as the definition of feminism is. It's just wanting equality for women. and viewing women as equals. So in a sense, if you believe in that, then that would define you as a feminist.
Equal opportunity.
Never tried from that. But like, there's also an added thing of like guys calling themselves a feminist, and women say like, well, do it, don't tell us, because some people use it as performative allyship, right?
That's true. So feminism is not a scary word, though.
Right.
Well,
I mean, people can
weaponized.
men can weaponize it. Yeah, some toxic men can weaponize it, but just in general, feminism is not a scary or bad word. I was known as a very outspoken feminist in my high school, and this one girl came up to me once and was like, Sammy, I'm a woman, but like I don't think I'm a feminist. I hope that's okay. I was like, well, what makes you say that? And she's like, well, I really want to be a stay-at-home mom, and I want to be like a stay-at-home wife. And I was like,
trad wife.
I was like, well,
what's a trad?
Do you want
traditional? Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Trad wife.
I thought it was like Chad, like a Chad wife.
I got confused too. I have not heard that term before.
Yeah, it's traditional wife.
But she was saying that she just wanted to, that life of staying at home and just, being a wife and a mother. And I said, do you think that every single woman should do that by default? She's like, no, of course not. Like, we could do whatever you want. I was like, then you're a feminist. That's it.
Yeah.
Being a feminist is intersectional also, but it also means like this woman decides to be a stay-at-home mom. This woman decides that she doesn't want kids. A feminist is saying that both are equally valid.
Right. Yeah, but there is first. Oh, go on.
What?
I was just gonna say there's first wave, second wave, third wave.
I don't know the different waves.
Me neither.
But...
Oh, it gets kind of messy because then there's trans exclusionary feminists.
If you're trans exclusionary, you're not a feminist.
Right.
I don't like that word TERF because you cannot be trans exclusionary and a feminist. You're just transphobic. Yeah. You're not a feminist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The first quote unquote feminists weren't intersectional.
Yeah, that's a problem.
So, but like we call them feminists, but they're just non-intersectional feminists.
Interesting.
Right? Susan B. Anthony, right? Am I talking? Sure. Am I saying something right? Is that who I'm talking about? I don't know. But anyway.
Yeah, intersectionality is crucial for feminism.
Right. Tenjo Fonar says, Sammy, remember that quote from Sandman about comparing suffering? I don't know.
Yeah, there was a quote we saw last night in the special. Tenjo is my friend. And I really liked it. It was something about comparing sufferings. When you compare sufferings, it becomes like compounded, I think was the word. And I really like that quote because realistically, everybody suffers. Bruce and Jen, those are their experiences.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No one has a monopoly on suffering.
Yeah. But it's important to listen to perspectives. And also, I cannot provide every single perspective. There are many people who experience the world as a woman and who go through these things. And I'm just one woman, and I cannot speak overall. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sure.
I could try my best, though.
Yeah, and that's why anecdotes are dangerous, because that's when people are like, there's no such thing as privilege, cisgender or white.
Right.
Or,
See, I have cisgender privilege and white privilege. So obviously my experiences are very different and I cannot speak. I'm not like I'm not the be all voice, but yeah. Feminism is not a scary word and intersectionality is very important. And
Speaking about feminism, Megan Thee Stallion, being in this episode, she's been rumored to be in this episode in She-Hulk, but nobody knew what, right? Nobody knew to what capacity is Megan Thee Stallion in She-Hulk, but people knew.
I didn't know. I didn't know she was rumored.
I had no idea.
I didn't know either.
Yeah, it was a big thing that people were bringing up, but the question is how. And so, with Megan Thee Stallion, she was just the light elf turns into her. You barely see anything. Like you see her and then turns back into a light elf. But then in that post-credit scene,
with the fan,
the post-credit scene.
Well, she's also in the courtroom. She's like, when they sent
in the courtroom,
her for 60. She
Oh,
has a fan and a pink suit, like a very.
Yeah. She is there.
So cool.
And then, but I think the most she does is in that post-credit scene. Paul didn't see the post-credit scene.
Oh, okay. That's cute.
Basically, okay. So we GVR. I'll bring this question up because Ouija VR says, so does Megan the Stallion have superpowers since she's being represented by Jen? She's not being represented by Jen at the end. She's just there to twerk with her. So, Paul, the post-credit scene is She-Hulk and Megan the Stallion twerking.
Sorry.
Were you scrambling for the remote?
Someone bonk me and send me to the corner. I need to go to jail.
I thought that scene was so freaking funny because Jen was like, I would do anything for you.
And she's like, whoa.
She was like, you need to calm down, please. Yeah.
Oh, the little kid when they're doing like the montage of like comments on She-Hulk, and he's like, definitely 10 out of 10 would smash. And I'm like, oh, out of the mouth of babes. Okay, you take that as you will. Yes,
he
absolutely.
Said I'd smash. So it's like a pun on Hulk smash, right?
That is correct.
Jen smash.
Yeah. Am I frozen?
So good.
No. I like it when Jen smashes bad guys.
We're back. Wait, are we back? No, we're not. We're all frozen.
Okay, there we should be good. All right.
Okay.
So like there was a 30-second little montage of all the haters being like, create your own heroes, blah blah blah. Basically, all the haters.
Too relatable.
Yeah.
Too real. Yeah.
All the haters that we have to deal with, in real life, were there. There's a lot of little things in this episode, but I'm still trying to figure out where this series is going. And that's mostly because it does seem episodic, like filler episodes.
There's no big bad. Sorry.
Not that we know of, right?
There's nothing introduced.
Somebody brought up, are we sure that Abomination isn't the main bad guy? I don't think he is.
Well, your prediction was wrong about the 7.
Yeah.
They were literally 7
soulmates, right?
Yeah. And he's going to start an orgy commune. So
I was like, am I watching Midsommar right now?
Yeah.
Have you guys seen that movie? Florence Pugh? Midsommar.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Midsommar. I've heard it pronounced both ways.
Yeah, Florence Pugh as
Have you guys seen that movie?
I love that movie. Not. It is
that movie deeply disturbs me.
Yeah, I don't want to see it.
Well, it's it's a super heady horror movie.
Scary.
It's like before Nope. I forgot the guy's Ari Aster. Like, there's so much like symbolism, and he like one of the girls. I don't know. There's fertility involved. Anyway,
I don't like it. I don't like it.
No, I thought it was brilliant.
I like Jordan Peele's work. Not Ari. His name's Ari Aster. He also did Hereditary, and I would say he has a thing for decapitation.
Yes, decapitation and the weakest devil, like if they worship them.
Interesting. You know, in Midsommar, where they threw that body off the cliff, minor spoilers. You know how they did that scene?
Pig?
No.
They made an anatomically correct, like, replica of a human.
Okay.
So basically that was real. Like, that's exactly what it would look like, because that's what happened. They built a human body and threw it off a cliff and shit, you know?
Did you want like a scarecrow? Like they used to do in rag dolls?
Like a mannequin?
CGI. Yeah.
Mr. Bill, like a little puppet. Oh no, help.
Yeah, it'd make me feel better.
Please don't throw me off the cliff. Whoa. Okay, Gingerbread Man.
Did much else happen?
We saw a naked Abomination.
Yeah, he doesn't have a dingling. Yeah,
it's the Shape of Water.
Oh my god.
And then she describes like where like, she just goes like amazing. Yeah. And he's basically Smart Hulk. So now Smart Hulk isn't really that, you know.
But he's not smart. He was just kind of hippie. He turned prison wine into prison kombucha.
Yeah. I guess nobody's a rage monster in this universe currently.
Anymore. Yeah.
Except there was a Wolverine Easter egg that we all missed. Dimitri and me missed.
in the last episode. I missed it too.
Yeah.
That was in the corner of an article.
I get that it's supposed to sound like Wolverine, but it could be anyone. Like it just
could be X-23. Could be a kid with knives in his hands.
It could be a kid with knives in his hand. Yeah.
It's long shot with his 4 fingers.
Yeah.
Woman with metal claws seen in a bar.
Careful, please, careful. Don't do that. Don't put your finger in between the scissors.
I'm X-23, motherfucker.
No,
no, show us your boot. Where's the third claw?
Don't put your fingers in between scissor blades.
Why?
What is this show devolved into? We're like Jackass now.
No.
All right.
I don't want it. You're gonna
She's
cut off
wearing
your finger.
glasses.
I am not. What? I'm wearing glasses. It's all good.
Yeah, it's all good.
I'm smart.
You're safe.
Look at my glasses.
Duck Dodger 714 says the Rage Monsters are the fanboys.
True. That is true.
I don't know what that means.
I think the Rage Monsters are the friends we made along the way. You know?
No.
Okay.
I don't.
All right. So the Wrecking Crew said they got their artifacts. They're like, did you just get like, what'd she say? Did you just like steal it off an Asgardian construction worker? And they're like, yeah. So what were the things? It was a helmet.
Mm-hmm.
It was a wrecking ball.
Because that's his name.
It was a crowbar. And the gauntlets.
Yeah.
So I think it was funny.
What Asgardian would have had a hat, the gauntlets, hold the crowbar, hold the wrecking ball?
One of him, either with two guys, you know. One of them has a wrecking ball.
They said it was just one Asgardian construction worker.
He maybe had it like next to him. He had like the crowbar and his little side pouch belt thing.
Thor imbued all those kids in Love and Thunder. So I'm sure other Asgardians have access. What's her name? The lady in green.
Tenjo Phonar says Thor is the Wrecking Crew's main nemesis, so maybe it's a nod to that. I mean, it's a nod to that, but it's also a nod to the Wrecking Crew getting their Loki enchanted the
Enchantress. That's what I'm thinking of.
Loki enchanted the tools in the comics. So the Wrecking Crew get their tools from Loki enchanted tools.
I wish I had some tools to fuck shit up. Can I say bad words? Whoops.
Yeah, you can say bad words.
Thank you.
By the way, we got 7 people watching us on Twitch. I don't want to call you guys out, but who's out there? Who is out there? I want to know. Welcome, everybody.
People.
If you guys haven't followed Sammy and Paul and the Keeg on social media, you might want to do that, you know?
Yeah, you should. Especially the Keeg.
No, especially Sammy.
Yeah, definitely not. I am boring.
On the TikTok. Great content.
So
I'm boring.
What was I gonna say?
Sonic screwdriver, Mike.
Oh, the only hint we have on a big bad is whoever hired the Wrecking Crew to get a sample of her blood.
Oh yeah, because he tries to jab her with the thing.
Where's Jamila Jamil? Maybe she's the mastermind behind it all.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how she plays a part in all this.
They dropped her so fast.
We kind of glossed over that. We never came back to that.
Not only her, Elise, what's her name from Hamilton? Elise Renee.
I'm not seeing Hamilton.
Who's the actress?
Where's my knuckles? Yeah.
Renee Elise Goldsberry. Renee, she's Mallory Book, who was just in this episode for a split second. When she popped in and she was like, oh, I'm going to pass, or whatever she said.
Oh, yeah. Because the guy was like, I'd hate to,
whatever,
not be pug. Yeah.
Well, the other one, the one guy was like, she could be my next fiance, right?
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate that guy so much.
Yeah. So perfect. Renee Elise Goldberry.
I want his face to be Hulk smashed.
Yeah.
No, he would want that too.
Renee Elise Goldsberry is like one of the higher profile actors in this show. because she had a big old Broadway career.
Cool.
She has to appear at some point. Is she the big bad?
Why would they do that?
She's
Why would
just
they
cool. No, I think she's just cool.
She just popped in. She didn't say anything. She didn't do anything. What's going
Wait,
on?
I once saw a major show hire David Tennant for like 10 minutes of voiceover work. That's it in the whole show.
But that's voiceover.
Why would they do that?
That's voiceover.
What's David Tennant?
What
so
show?
they could put him in the credits?
Why Megan Stallion? Is she coming back? Probably not.
No.
Just cool cameos, man. It's a cool cameo
Well,
show.
she's not an actress. She just did her cameo and she did her cameo. But Renee Elise Goldsberry is not a cameo. She's like an actress in this show. The question is, what is she here for? She will be doing something.
Did you go on IMDb and see like how many episodes she's in?
IMDb is not always right.
Oh.
Everybody thinks
Should I look it up
IMDb
and
is always
spoil
right.
it?
But like, I could go on IMDb right now and edit it. All you need is an IMDb Pro account. You can edit people's IMDb's.
You should do that. Can you edit mine?
I'll get kicked off. But no, well, I could, if I had a pro account, I could say that you were part of the key and then enter in the key as like an IMDb thing, but it's not worth it.
Then they'll find out our net worth.
Yeah.
And there's a minus sign in the front of mine.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, now that I think
Oh,
of it.
I should pay my credit card bill.
Yeah, I should,
Yeah.
but I'm not gonna. Anyways, yeah, so like there's too many cameos, right? Like what is the progression of the I know it's only 3 episodes in, but man, you're right. It does feel like a lot. It's not filler. It's fun.
It is fun,
But
yeah.
Filler can
Where's it
still be
going?
fun.
There's a time, there's a
Well-
time and place for everything.
Hmm.
I think the show's fun, and I think that's the purpose of it. And I think that, I think they're gonna wrap it up. I think they know. I think they have something in mind. I think it's
after
going
episode
somewhere.
4, it kicks into high gear?
Yeah, man. Why not? I could see it like progressing and a lot of things clicking together in the last few episodes. Yeah.
There's no investigation in the show.
Tatiana Maslany, if you're watching, I love you.
She's
Every other
Karen
show
Miller.
is
she's so
investigation.
gorgeous.
I love her. I
Sure.
saw her in Orphan Black. She plays all the clones.
She's so talented. There's too many talented people in this show.
Mhm.
There is. And in the MCU phase 4. I'm a phase 4 whore.
I really like Phase 4. I really love Miss Marvel. I love Kate Bishop.
I love too many characters in phase 4.
Yeah.
And too many
relatable.
actresses.
I
I love
love
Valkyrie.
Allie Loki.
Alligator Loki.
Alligator.
I actually like all the Lokis. But,
saying Allie
yeah.
Loki makes it sound like it's Ally McBeal.
I
Loki.
was like, who's Allie?
Yeah.
I don't think I like Sylvie as much as I wanted to.
Yeah. Yeah, same here.
I think she's problematic because of like how young they scooped her up. And I'm here for it because it's still with the theme that they're probably like they're kind of losers, They're
What?
to be a failure is to be a Loki. Is that what they said? The god.
Am I Loki? Nice.
Hey.
What do we think is going to happen in the next couple episodes as we close up this after show?
I think that they're going to introduce something that's going to be slightly higher stakes, and Jen's going to be like, it's probably fine. And then it's going to progress in the episode after that. And then things are going to get really intense and like just really wrap up pretty intensely and quickly.
I have a crazy idea.
Yeah.
It
I
ties
want to hear
into the
it.
previous theory. My previous
Oh.
theory is that Bruce is on his way to Sakaar to meet his son Scar.
What?
That's my theory, right? That
Bruce has a son?
in the comics, Bruce has a son that he has on Sakaar. In Planet Hulk. And I think that it is. I am now amending my theory. I still think
There's a
that
planet of Hulks?
no, it's just
No,
called
no,
Planet
no,
Hulk.
no. World War Hulk. Yeah.
Comes out
The
of
Illuminati sent him into a ship that he was supposed to go to this nice planet, but something happened and
He ends up on this war-torn gladiator planet.
it's like Gilligan's Island, but Gladiator.
Yeah.
I don't know what Gilligan's Island is.
I'm so old.
No, because
It's-
Gilligan's Island's old for you too. I watched it on reruns. You watched it on reruns. Gilligan's Island wasn't still on reruns.
It's old.
You don't know
It's super
Gilligan's
old.
Island? Gilligan's Island is like the 3-hour tour. The 3-hour tour.
If you sing it, I don't think she's gonna like know it.
I don't know what you're talking about. How old are you guys? How old am I?
The tiny ship was
What am I
tossed.
missing?
If not for the courage of the fearless crew, the minnow would be lost. The
Minnow
would be lost.
I wrote a pirate story and I had a ship called the Minnow and they were all idiots on it because, the Minnow, very menacing. That's so cute.
It's from Gilligan's Island.
It's from my brain.
You accidentally rewrote Gilligan's Island.
Yeah, totally. With gay pirates.
Duck Dodgers says,
kind
Gilligan, the skipper to the millionaire and his wife.
This
Duck
is the
Dodgers
most-
continuing. The
This is the most
movie star,
musical
the
Dimitri's
Professor
ever been.
and Marianne here on Gilligan's Isle. Right? Okay. Anyway,
Oh, of course. It all makes sense now. I know what it
it
is.
literally said the plot of the show is that all these
don't.
random characters get marooned on an island and they're trying to get off the island every single episode. But Gilligan messes it up every single episode.
It's like The Wilds on Amazon Prime. Incredible show. Please watch it.
More incredible than Gilligan's Island? I don't know.
Yes. It's one of the best shows of the fucking century.
I think you're talking about Gilligan's Island.
No, The Wilds.
Okay.
The Wilds.
Ouija VR says R.I.P. The Wild.
I
what I was trying to
want
say
to fix
is-
that.
I was going to say that the Hulk going to Sakaar leads into a Hulk Sakaar son of Hulk movie. But now that I'm thinking about this show, I think Hulk comes back with a paternity suit.
Paternity suit.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I think that he's gonna have to prove that he's the rightful father of this child, and that he should get custody.
Is the baby green?
Yes, he's like a grayish green because his wife was gray.
Yeah.
He's
But
not flesh colored.
Do you guys?
Wait, I have a question.
Yes.
If Hulk has a baby, it's green. What if Bruce has a baby? Is it not green? Is it normal colored?
Scar doesn't turn back. He's like perma.
No, Scar does have a human form,
He does? Oh.
but he doesn't change back. He does when he's depowered. There's a point in which he's depowered. He has a human form. Duck Dodger says, wait, what baby? Is there a baby in the show? That's what I'm trying to say. My theory is the Hulk has a baby on Sakaar. He goes back. The ship lands to tell him that he has a son, right? He goes back. He has to take the son. And I think that the final half of the She-Hulk show is a custody battle.
Oh, with like Jen representing?
With Jen representing.
That's kind of cool.
That's what I think.
So
is that crazy? Am I crazy?
Yeah, but I like it.
It
This
is still
episode-
She-Hulk show. It is still
Right.
She-Hulk show. She-Hulk will be the main character in that courtroom. It's her and her lawyer, and she's representing her cousin and her cousin's child. But it would still be She-Hulk show.
I like her.
So we've seen a parole case. We've seen fraud.
Mhm.
I forgot what was the very first case when Titanium.
It was with a company that was harming the environment, maybe, or people.
It was a Roxxon,
I
like
don't remember.
because she got interrupted. So
Well, the company she was, the other law firm she
mhm.
now works for.
I
It
just
was
think,
some big company.
I just think
So
if
that's
you-
what's going to be the theme.
what.
It's going to be a
Different
series
cases?
of like different types of cases. So
I'm
frivolous
telling you,
lawsuit.
Custody battle is about.
No, and that's what I'm
bound to
saying.
happen.
Yeah, that goes in there. I don't know how they'll pull it off, and I'm pretty sure they're kind of stretched thin on the CG front. Like, I don't expect to see too much non-gen CG characters. You
Oh.
know.
But I
How do
mean,
you guys
we've
feel
had
about that?
Bruce.
Hmm?
We
Yeah,
have
we
Bruce
had-
and Abomination.
Yeah, but just a little bit abomination because he like Tim Roth. All right, okay, I'm just gonna do it now.
Right.
There's all this hype, and then you got like what 3 seconds, 4 seconds.
Duck Dodgers, it isn't. Duck Dodgers is saying this would be a lot of trials in such a short period of time. It would be very unrealistic.
They're different.
Time
But
jumps.
this is a show. This is one of those shows where there's a different trial every episode.
It's Law and Order. They just solved the case in like a half hour.
Exactly. I'm telling you that you can't parody the different types of battles without doing like a Kramer versus Kramer.
Cosmo Kramer versus Jim Kramer?
Joe, I don't know. Anyway, no, there was a
Name
movie,
a Hulk.
There was a new movie, Kramer versus Kramer.
I know.
I don't know what's happening.
Custody
But I'm
battle.
just thinking about how I like green ladies. You know, Poison Ivy, She-Hulk.
Gamora?
Yeah. Is she green?
Yeah.
And yeah, I like her.
She's the deadliest woman in
I feel like
the
I'm
galaxy.
missing somebody. Who am I missing?
Is she green? No, actually, she's very experienced.
Yeah. Hey. Stupid.
Each episode in those shows take place over a long period of time.
There's gaps.
But in like Ally McBeal, they do a different, like, it's a different thing. Like, that's the
I
thing
think
about law shows.
It's like there could be weeks between each episode, you know? There's already been time jumps. Like, she did not get a case and then finish a case in like a week. She's been at that job for weeks.
Yeah. Perhaps. Yeah.
She had to do research, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly.
What do you guys think is going to happen?
I think She-Hulk is going to continue to be awesome.
Okay.
That's my theory.
All
yeah.
Right. Swinging for the fences there, Sammy.
I know.
They got to be setting something up.
They have.
Something's going to happen, yeah.
I don't know if there's going to be a big team up at the second to last episode.
Yeah. Wolverine's going to show up, and then he's going to be like, hey, I'm Wolverine, and then all the X-Men are going to show up, and it's going to be like this epic thing, and then the Fantastic Four are going to show up, and they're going to be like, hey, what's up? We're also superpowered. Do you want to join our team? And she's going to be like, I don't know, maybe.
And then Deadpool shows up.
And they're going to fight to see like who got the dominant fourth wall breaking, and they're going to fight over like which camera they're talking to. And then Thanos is going to show up, and they're going to be like, wait a minute, you've already been defeated. You can't be here. And he's like, okay, wrong dimension, my bad.
Oh, I thought it's the light elf in disguise.
Oh, and then it's light elf. And then you see the Watcher. He's like, hey, I'm a big baby. What's up?
J.K. Simmons shows up and is like, think, Mark, think. And then, it's a giant crossover. And then we get not just Megan Thee Stallion, but 21 or Machine Gun Kelly, Lizzo.
Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah, just everybody that every pop culture icon, KSI, Logan
Ocean's
Paul.
11.
And then it's going to become a musical series.
Yeah.
All right.
Breakdown song.
All right. I feel like you guys aren't taking this late night, early morning after
What's that about?
Seriously.
This is not morning. This is not morning. Nobody wakes up this early. This is nighttime territory.
Yeah, nighttime territory. It's the witch's hour.
I want to see her assistant's
333?
thirst trap with the library books.
I like books. Anything with books already like if you send me a video with books, it's all like it's a thirst trap. I'm invested in the books.
Sammy,
in the books.
It's a flex.
If it's a green woman with books, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, yeah.
Any final thoughts before we finish up this episode?
She's gonna date.
Got my scissors.
She's gonna do some speed dating as part of the montage because that is every lawyer show with a female lead.
I don't think she needs a speed date. She could get whoever she wants. She's like, I don't need anybody.
Oh no, there's that thing in the trailer where she's carrying that guy.
Yeah,
Remember?
she goes on a series.
I haven't seen the trailer.
Oh.
Right, because she can avoid them and skip them.
Yeah, it's something called willpower. Call me a Green Lantern.
Yeah, okay.
Speaking of green women,
guns.
Jade, wrong universe.
That's true. That's DC Comics. Yeah.
I feel like I'm missing a Green Woman, but I do like Green Woman.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Mantis.
Mantis is green in the
green
comics.
in comics.
Yeah. Mantis is green. What color is she in the MCU?
She wears green. She's still like
pale,
flesh colored.
Like flesh colored, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. What's up to chronic migraines out there?
Cersei.
Relatable.
As we close this up, I want to thank everybody out there for watching and or listening to this show. And then I want to thank Paul and Sammy for coming on the show and talking with me and the people out there about She-Hulk episode 3. Paul, as co-host, where can we find you next? Or
you know what? Everyone should try the Stream Lounge. I'm gonna be streaming the rest of Sandman.
Ooh.
And Harley Quinn comes out on Thursdays, right?
Is it out right now?
I mean, a couple episodes into season 3, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll do that. I don't think I'm gonna do the Hot D, just because House of the Dragon. Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I've never seen that show.
So streamlounge.io/Mr. Plow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And follow me on Twitter. I'll leave a notification, and then sometime in the afternoon, 7-ish, 8-ish, then we'll watch that. And I love the show so far. I don't see everyone else seems to love it. It's very expensive, so we might not get a season 2.
The Sandman?
Yeah, which I'm okay
Don't
with.
say that.
It's expensive.
I don't care. I want it. I want it.
All right.
Give it to me.
All right, Wonka. How much for the golden goose? They're not for sale. Oh, come on. Name your price. All right. That's where you'll find me.
Sammy. Awesome. Sammy, where can we find you?
I'm Sammy DeMonster everywhere. SAMIDE Monster. TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. I have a website called The DeMonster where you can see interviews and reviews and comic books and TV shows and all that good stuff.
That's thedemonster.com, right?
Yeah, just dropped today, actually.
Awesome.
Interview with comic creator Dave Baker is live.
Whoa, world premiere.
Yeah.
Nice.
World premiere.
All right. For everybody else out there, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys haven't followed The Keeg already, you can find us on social media at The Keeg Show. TikTok and Instagram are our main ones. We're also on Facebook, Twitter, all that jazz. Find us at The Keeg Show. We also live stream all our episodes of different shows that we do, because we do a bunch of different shows. Twitch.tv/The Keeg Show and YouTube.com/The Keeg Show. So pretty much at The Keeg Show or /The Keeg Show. You can find us on any social media pretty much at that point. We got a couple different shows. She-Hulk After Show is obviously every Thursday morning, early Thursday morning, as we are right now.
Morning. This is Wednesday night.
When Andor starts in the middle of September, we're going to do the Andor After Show starting at 10 p.m. Pacific time on Wednesday nights, and then a couple hours later, we do the She-Hulk After Show. So things are going to get crazy.
Toilet kombucha crazy.
Toilet kombucha.
Kombucha. I like kombucha.
This weekend on Saturday, we are talking Spider-Man No Way Home because it's being re-released for this weekend and this week only.
That's right.
So go check it out in theaters if you guys, want to. If you want to see it again, I'm gonna see it again. I'm gonna take my mom this time. So, I hope she gets what's going on, because I'm gonna be honest. The multiverse is very confusing to the mainstream public, to non-comic book sci-fi fans. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
There are people who are not comic book fans. I don't understand.
Yeah, like my mom, my dad.
Really?
It's an uphill battle to get them to watch superhero movies, but it depends on what superhero. They'll watch Batman for sure, and Spider-Man is a dice roll. But
you should move to the top of a hill, and then it'll be downhill.
Yep. Thank you guys so much for watching the She-Hulk After Show episode 3. I'm your host, Dimitri Pereira. This is the She-Hulk After Show for episode 3. I will see everybody next week for episode 4. Thank you guys so much. Check us out online and on streams and on podcasts. Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, SoundCloud, and iHeartRadio. So you got options there. Let us know that you're watching us wherever you're watching us. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff, write a review, so on and so forth. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm your host, Dimitri Pereira. This has been another episode of the She-Hulk After Show. This time talking about episode 3. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
E-D-E-K-W-T strong or super fast.